Hi, CMattDye here. Welcome to the video. Hopefully you're having an awesome day. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. And I want to get into the top 5 CNFT projects of the week. I like to start with volume, and here we are with overall volume. You can see the end of October, this massive volume jump, October 17th to the 22nd. You can see this big volume jump, and then since then, volume has been trickling lower, and that's where we're at right now. If we go to the 30-day, you can see, this week kind of just started, but the volume's not looking too terrible, but it's not quite over a million. So this is around, 700,000, 800,000. If we look at it week on week, you can see everything's down week over week, obviously because it just started. But so it's doing okay if we look at it week over week. If we look at it month over month, you can see that trickling down effect that we saw on the overall volume. And that's kind of what we're seeing. It's just kind of dismal right now. The market's not doing anything. We got hit with a lot of news recently. FTX just kind of folded. They're having a trickle down effect. Binance had a non-binding agreement to buy them. Non-binding means exactly what it is. They decided very quick due diligence. They didn't want to buy them. It was very quick, which means it's not a good thing. They found some very quick reasons not to be a buyer. There's probably going to be a cascade effect from that. And, I've been listening to a few spaces here and there. You have a lot of propaganda out there. There's some people saying, oh, we have a lot of information. It's coming out over the next month. Well, if you have the information that can help people, why would you wait? Do you really want to help people? Doesn't make sense. But anyway, and these are not, FTX related companies. But anyway, let's get into the top 5 CNFT projects. That's what this is going to be on, and make it a positive video. So let's go to what's going on. Biggest volume gainers today, we have Dirtbird, Space Buds, Clay Nation. No surprise, those are good projects, and I am in all of them. Largest floor price, you have Goat Tribe, Mallard Order, Balls Cap, Rocket Club. Top sells, of course, Ape Society. No surprise there. If I scroll down here, over the last week, Ape Society is number 1 with a 9,008 of floor price. The project's just doing really well. It's always been a very, very good project. I was getting into them in late February, which was a good time to get in, and you kind of just had to hold it for a little while. OreMob, I don't really know anything about them. I didn't do any research because I just don't care. I'm one person, and I can only spend such and such amount of time reviewing projects, and that's not one that entices me. Looks like the anarchy sign right here. It is what it is, but not for me, so I didn't really do any due diligence on it. Clay Nation, very good project. I'm in that one. Unbothered Wolves, I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I have some friends who were in the project. There's a 162 floor price. I don't remember what it minted for. I believe it was around 50 or 60 ADA, but don't quote me on that. And then NFTSeeker tools number 5, they minted at 246, and right now the floor is at 257, which means if you do sell it with 10% royalty, you're actually losing money. So it is what it is. NFTSeeker tools, I'm not a big fan of the project. I wanted to be, and I got into the mint. I was able to mint phase 1. I don't own any OG passes. I'm not going to tell you how I did it, but I wasn't supposed to, and that should tell you something about the tech. I hope that they do well. I hope every project on Cardano does well, but I also have to tell you what I feel, my thoughts, or it wouldn't really be my video. But I do hope every project on Cardano does do well. That's I believe rising tide lifts all boats, and that's the motto I'm after. But anyway, let's get into the project. So Ape Society, the largest project on Cardano. I haven't really looked at that, so maybe it is, maybe it's not, but it is one of the best projects right now. Floor price of 9,000. It's the top project of the week. 180,000 all-time high sell. Congrats, Chronic. You're the one who had that sell, so congrats, my friend. Let's go down and look at the floor price. So, if you were getting it over here, which is what I did, you kind of just had to hold them for many months, and they were moving up but sideways at the same time. And I know that sounds a little weird, but they started around 3,500, and then they kind of went up above 1,000, and they stayed above 1,000 the entire time. Dropped down 1,499, 1,500, and then in late September they started to skyrocket, getting a high floor of 13,500 ADA, and then it trickled off a little bit, and now it's consolidating a little bit, which is totally okay, and that's what you would want to see. That makes a healthy market right there. Now, if it were to just go straight up, so it starts at 3,000 and goes straight up to 100,000 floor, that's not healthy. But something like this, very healthy. It looks good, and that's what you would want to see. You'd want to see it consolidate a little bit. Society token has come down off the high, which is what you want to get new people in the project. You want to see it consolidate a little bit. New people can get in, buy that society, and it can go crazy from there. So Ape Society is a project that I like. It's a quality project. Can it come down a little bit more from 9,000 ADA? It can, but I'd say anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000 ADA. I would think that would be a decent floor for Ape Society. I think it's pumped enough. It's going to find a floor, which if it hasn't already found it, it's very close. But it's a quality project, and it's a project that I definitely recommend to people. It's a good project. So let's get into OreMob, which was the second one. Floor price of 555 and a 40,000 all-time high sell, which is nothing to scoff at, especially at a 10,000 mint. There's only 1,747 holders, which is a little low. I like a 20-30% holders. Right now 17.47%. That's what you have. So the holders are a little light, but it just minted recently. I think it was maybe a month and a half ago, something like that. So because of that, that could be why there's not as many holders, but the floor price is holding well. 40,000 ADA all-time high sell. That's nothing to sneeze at. I've seen projects mint and 5,000 all-time high, and then maybe they do something, maybe they don't. But 40,000, that's a lot of ADA. That's somebody really putting, 5,000 ADA could be a whale just taking a punt on a project. 40,000 is someone who truly believes in it. So here is the floor. It started around 260, pumped over 6 to 680, and now it's consolidated, and now it's trying to push up again. And does it find some resistance and come down again, or does it take that 680 level out? If it takes out 700 and stays above it for a few days, maybe that's the new floor. I don't really know anything about the project specifically, but just going over the numbers, it looks like there's not that many holders. Now, if we look, you have not even an hour ago someone buying 700, 1,400, 1969, 4 hours ago, 1445 hours ago. So people were buying above floor, which is good. So this project could be a project that I probably want to look into a little bit. So I may do a video on this one in the next few weeks. If you do like the project, put something in the comments and I will do a video on them, because I don't know anything about them. Next, let's go to number 3 on our list, which is Clay Nation by Claymates. Floor right now is 3,030 ADA, 100,000 ADA all-time high sale. And if we look at the floor here, so this was pre-Snoop announcement, Snoop and Champ. And then once the announcement happened, you can see how the floor popped and it consolidated for a long period of time. And when I say long, 4 or 5 months. And then it popped over 4,000, and now it's coming back a little bit again. So it's basically that 3,000 level is what we want to see. Is it going to stay over that anywhere from 2,800 to 3,000? Is it going to stay over that zone? That would be very interesting. And if it gets below, then maybe the entire market's going to come down a little bit more. But that's kind of what I would see. Anywhere between that 23 and 2,500, very easy support. I would expect price not to go below that. But 2,800, 3,000, that's kind of the area I would look for. Clays are definitely a decent project. You can see that. Let's see, 640, 686. 621, 721 people have over two or more clays. You have 43% holders over the mint, so that's a good amount of holders. It's a strong project. There's a lot of stuff behind it. They have their Clayverse. They're showing a lot of videos on. They talked about it. They highlighted it at CNFT Con. And of course, CMattDye and Snoop Dogg are on board. Champ's really hitting the ground running with different ideas and stuff. And, the team's really good. I'm in their Discord a lot talking to them. Haven't really been lately, but I usually do. So good project there. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this. But like I said, I think the floor is pretty sound. So next, let's go to Unbothered Wolves. Unbothered Wolves, they minted 4851, and you can see the holders. There's a lot of holders to mint, so that's not too bad. If we look at it, 162 floor price with a 10,000 all-time high sale, which is pretty good. And here we go. Started around 120 and it came down, dipped below 100 for a few days, and now it's pushing that 162. You can see the distributions looking good with multiple holders. If we go to activity here. So that's over floor there. That's over floor. Over floor, over floor. So you're getting definitely some purchases over the floor. That's weird that that's all the same number. The same person sold them to the same person. So they probably just did that for fun. I don't know. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And I'm not that familiar with the project, but I'm told by my friends that the team is really good and they're doing a lot of things. I do like the art. It's like a radioactive Wile E. Coyote, which is kind of cool. It takes me back to my childhood. So I do like the art. It's just kind of cool, goofy, fun. And the project looks pretty sound. So I'll probably do a video on this one as well. Next, NFTSeeker tools. They did their OG passes a while back, many months back, and they were trading around 3 something prior to the mint. I haven't looked at them since the mint. It was a few days ago. They kept having tech issues and pushing it back. Their tech's just not that good right now. Now, can it be good? Yeah, of course. Is it going to be? I have no idea. But, I just have to say what I say. When I said I got to mint phase 1 and I wasn't supposed to, the tech isn't up to par at the moment, but it very easily can be. I don't know how many devs are on the project. I know The main guy is a dev, and I'm not sure if there's anyone else in the project as a dev. So I don't really know. You can see here that they minted on the 10th, started out at 286. I know that the floor went up to, it started out around the 430 or something like that, and a couple of them went off of 400. So I don't know why this chart is saying what it's saying. It's 286 is not true. Started 420, 430, something like that. I think 430, 415, couple cells went off, and then it dropped a little bit in the 300s, and then it went below 300 into the 200s, and then it went back up over 300, and now it's back below 300. So that's what happened. This chart here is totally wrong. Thank you, OpenCNFT. You are the best that we have out right now, but you're just, it is what it is. But anyway, there's an 879 all-time high sale, which is pretty good, actually. They minted at 246. One of them sold at 879. I know that there was a handful that went off above 400, and probably a couple handfuls over it by now. So I already sold the one that I minted. I was looking just to see if I could get in. I was kind of surprised that I did. But I did already sell it. I know some people, I have some friends that got sets, and whenever they do allow you to put those sets together, it should drive that floor price up. Only 33.14 minted. I think it was 33.33, but this says 33.14, 857 holders. I would think that the holders would stay a little low just because the floors kind of dropped, and the community's not really behind it. There's a few people who are. So if their enthusiasm can run off, and then when those sets are able to be combined, some hype around that could drive that floor. Now, when is that going to happen? I'm not sure. Could be next month. I really just don't know. I know Mad Miguel's the guy that runs the project. He was saying after mint that he had some news coming up that day. Nothing came up. So really, everybody who is in the project is just waiting to see. Personally, I don't think they're going to be on this list that many more times going forward until they have that set combining. Unbothered Wolves, we could easily see them up here again in the top 5. Clay Nation, of course, Ape Society. I expect both of those projects to be on OreMob. I'm going to do a video on them just to see what they're about, because the numbers actually do look pretty good. 555 floor, there's 10,000 minted, so that's kind of crazy, and that does pique my interest, definitely. 40,000 all-time high sale, that also grabs my interest as well. So I should have a video on this in the next couple of days. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed talking about the top 5. We have a lot of issues right now in the market. FTX is kind of just gone under. They're taking some people with them. Alameda is one, and I think that they're an investor in another large project on Cardano. But I don't want to spread any FUD, so I'm not going to say the name. But if you Google it, you should be able to find it pretty easily. So anyway, with that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. If you want to talk crypto, I do have a Discord link below. If you want to check that out, great. If not, that's fine too. I do have a mint coming up, and I'm pretty excited about that. In the future. So anyway, with that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.